would like to welcome you to the first of the Shanker Institute and the AFT's conversations this year, which we hold on a monthly basis every second Wednesday of the month. And there are a few housekeeping details that I need to go through before I introduce the speakers and we get on to the main event. The first is that we will be using a hashtag for those of you who want to tweet, and for those of you out in the virtual world, if you want to send questions when we get questions, I will be looking at my trusty iPad here. And the hashtag is new accountability. So those of you who both want to tweet and those of you who would like to get a question in, it's new accountability. For those of you in the room, I think we've already handed out, but we'll be handing out little index cards for you to write down questions so that I will try to maximize the number of questions that we can get in. The last thing that I need to tell you before we start, I believe you have a list of all of the conversation series for the year, but next month in October, the topic is how do we get experienced, accomplished teachers into high-need schools. And we have 3 confirmed speakers at this point. The 4th we're still working on. The confirmed speakers are Richard Ingersoll of University of Pennsylvania, Peter McWalters, who was the district superintendent of Rochester and the state superintendent in Rhode Island for many years, and Mary Catherine Ricker, who is the new executive vice president of the American Federation of Teachers and for many years was the leader of the St. Paul Federation of Teachers in Minneapolis. So we have 3 speakers today who are before you. And because I never took training to be an assistant principal, I won't read the biographies to you that we've given to you on your pages. And suffice it to say that all 3 of these individuals have long and illustrious histories. And I'm sure that they would rather that I didn't go into every detail of them. We will proceed in the order that the individuals are seated. The first speaker will be Randi Weingarten, who is the president of the American Federation of Teachers and of the Albert Shanker Institute, and who for many years was the president of the United Federation of Teachers in New York City, where she and I did a few things together. Down from Randi is Joshua Starr, who is the superintendent of the Montgomery County Public Schools right here in the metropolitan DC area, who has a long record as a distinguished educator, including some time that he also spent in New York City public schools. And finally, we have Pedro Noguera, who is now a professor of education at New York University, and has written, I think, some of the best work on both educating young Black and brown males and on the achievement gap, and who has also written some very important work on today's topic of accountability. And so without any further ado, we will start with Randi.